Hi all you laddies, lasses, and NBs. Welcome back to Night with Timber. Now, this game should only be watched and played by people over the age of 18. And I will explain why here. Here are the content warnings. If any of this stuff is too much for you, then I don't suggest you watch this. Police brutality, blood, gore, mild. Sexually charged torture, no sexual assault, just undertones. Starvation and hunger-related topics, references to genocide. Non-consent rape within a dream, optional side content not part of the main story, so you probably won't be seeing that. Strangulation, attempted murder, violent fantasies, so yeah. This is gonna be a bit dark, so that's my warning to y'all. Let us begin. Oh, my name was Muffin. This time around I'm gonna be a human and see what happens. I don't really know what to make of this game. Like, what even is this game? I just read the thing and it said that Nami made it for themselves. So, I guess that's why this game seems so vague. I'm a human. I don't know if I'll read everything because I kind of want to preserve my voice, and I was thinking about streaming after this. Maybe as a subathon or something, because I'm almost at 300 subscribers! I only need 2 more. I have 209. Wait! That's. I only need 1 more! Oh my gosh. I. Oh, this is a weird time to find out, but oh my gosh! We're so close to 300! As promised, I will show my really cute Koishi cosplay. Oh, looks like my cat needs food. Hold up a second, y'all. I'm not really sure what I should do for 300 subscribers. I mean, I've been doing a lot of compilations for my channel, like out of context, and like maybe my Nom Nom Nami Games tier list could be it, but I don't know. I was gonna do that anyway. But anyway, I won't talk too much about that because you're here for Night with Timber. You don't smell like a rabbit, but you sure did run like one. I'm trying to get my Timber voice back. Is it going to hurt you? Why was he chasing you? Why didn't you stay in your tent? Why did you think you could make it out here all alone? What's the matter? You scared of wolves? How could he ask you that? People have gone missing on this mountain. Rumor has it they were eaten by wolves. You don't want to end up as wolf's dinner. Weekly, you beg him not to eat you. Relax, I'm not even hungry. He's not hungry, then why was he chasing you? Indignant and exasperated, you demand an answer. You dropped something earlier. What? He reaches in his pocket and presents a flashlight. Are you gonna rob me again, just like last time? Your flashlight. The same one you doubled back to find earlier. Exactly when you noticed you were being followed. I'm Timber. And you are? I am cautiously. You tell him your name. I'm Muffin. If he's bothering to introduce himself, maybe you won't be eaten after all. Muffin, nice to meet ya. What's a human like you doing this far into the mountains? You lost? Just hiking to meet you. You flirt with him sarcastically, maybe half joking. He's got a handsome face at least. I am not into you. Boop. Heh. Is it your first time meeting a wolf and all? His voice is low and sultry. Oh no, he's hot! Not really my type, but I don't know. No, he's a bit too rough for my type. You admit that, yes, he is the first wolf you've met. Only domesticated dogs live around where you come from. In that case, I better leave a good impression. Wolves have a bad enough rep as it is. He looks away, contemplating something. Well, it's dark out. We better get you back to your campsite, Muffin. Don't rob me! We? He's going to keep helping you? So I can rob you of your food, obviously. I'm starving. What's with that look? Ha! You think I'd just leave you up here by yourself? It's dangerous. Yes, very dangerous. A short time ago you've been running for your life. You he just he just out of existence. ASMR. I don't think my computer mic picks up ASMR as well as my iPad mic does. No, I'm not an okay, I guess I was an iPad kid technically. But I wasn't like I don't know. I feel like I mainly used it to record stuff. Click your flashlight on and begin gather your belongings. You're embarrassed for having dropped your main light source. Why didn't you pack your dang lantern? I'm skipping this since I've already read this. Timber quietly escorts you back through the woods. Well, that was only one line of dialogue, so I'm going back. Looking over his shoulder every now and again to check that you haven't fallen too far behind. You imagine he must have pretty good night vision. Do you even need your flashlight anymore with him leading the way? The ground is sloped slightly upward, but otherwise flat and even. You've hiked worse, but by now your legs feel like jelly. You hadn't had a chance to eat anything yet, and exhaustion is setting in fast because of it. Your trudging footsteps slow. After a moment, Timber takes notice. You okay back there? He calls out to you, his breath visible in cold night air. You could use a quick break. You wave to him, hunched over in the wide of your backpack. Alright, we can rest for a bit. Asking a guy's pack size and you've only just met? You're laying it a little thick. You're laying it on a little thick here, Muffin. You laying it on a little thick here, Muffin. Your face flushes. That wasn't what you meant at all. Your mind dovetails straight into the gutter. You kind of want him to dominate you. Okay. A couple minutes pass in silence. You start to worry that you're boring him. Whatever, we're the horny human routes. Since he mentioned his pack, maybe he's not even single. You impulsively pry, hoping to lay your lewd thoughts to rest. You're kidding, right? Hastily apologize, telling him to forget you ever asked. How embarrassing. What, you want to make out or something? Tricking me into thinking you're tired so you can make your move? That's not it at all. You insist you were joking, but he isn't convinced. Oh, I get it. You're curious about what it's like to kiss a wolf. He's closing distance between you. Did Nami want this? Is that why she made that? Is that why they made this game? You feel like your heart is beating even faster than when he was chasing you. That's it, isn't it, Muffin? It's alright, you can say it. Laughing nervously, all you can manage is a half-hearted maybe? Timber is close now. You can't shrink away any further without falling from where you've seated. Don't make me blush. I'm not into you, Timber. Why am I... Come here. Timber takes your face in his hands, gently turning you toward him. Then slowly and deliberately... Ugh! Oh my! Licks you from your chin all the way up your cheek. Kinda salty. Your brain's short-circuiting. What just happened? He lets go of your face and leans back, roaring with laughter. You see now that you are being pranked. You should see the look on your face. You want to die. You wish he would have just eaten you and be done with it. This is too humiliating. Loudly, you whine about how your face smells like a wolf breath now. Yeah, well, you asked for it. You definitely didn't. Well, as his laughter subsides, you start to regain your composure. Flirting with wolves is like playing with fire, you think to yourself. So, this is what you're wearing, right? I'll carry it for you. You agree, noting that it's fine as long as it doesn't run off with it. You think I'd do that to you, Muffin? I thought we were bonded. I mean, last time Timber robbed me with enough to survive, but still stole most of my food. Lungs and without complaint fall behind. A cold wind blows and you shiver from the sudden chill. You really ought to snuggle up in your tent by now. Why did you bother going back for your stupid flashlight? Because of the snow, it's not so dark that you would have been useless without it. You could have been relaxing by the campfire this whole time, toasting delicious marshmallows. To eat. You're tired and starving, and so relieved that you won't have to keep walking for much longer. Ah, yeah, I thought so. Come on, it's this way. Come on, it's this way. Timber leads you along a stream and toward a large rock face. The closer you get, the less you feel chilled by the wind. It's not exactly comfortable, but it'll protect you from the elements. Another small incline. The ground is even more uneven here. As someone who's hiked, I can feel this. I've never hiked in the winter, though, so I don't know how that feels. I mean, hey, I almost fell off a waterfall once. While it was while recording a video too. I mean, I wouldn't have died from it because it was a smaller waterfall that led into a bigger one. But still, um, another small incline. The ground is more uneven here. Point is, I haven't hiked as much more risky hikes since then, and I probably never will. My life is precious. I'm only probably gonna hike mountain trails that are, even and not very steep next to a waterfall. Don't fuck around with wet rocks. That's the moral of the story. Another small incline. The ground is more uneven here, but at least you aren't dealing with the extra weight of your bag. It won't be long until you can get some actual rest. Seriously, all you can think about is how much your feet hurt right now. Relatable. Watch your step. Gets a bit slippery from the— I told you not to fuck wet rocks! What did I tell you, Muffin? I told you not to fuck with wet rocks! I told you! Warning came a little late. Oh, it's icy rock, but still, that's still bad. Still wet by a technicality, it's just frozen wet. Just frozen wet! Okay, I gotta quote that. I gotta add that to my compilation. Oh my gosh. Your foot slips on an unexpectedly icy rock, and your arms fly out instinctively to balance yourself. Timber reaches out and grabs your wrist. Your wrist. Your waist. Sorry. Helping to steady you. You thank him. I'm immune to that because I'm to the uwu because I'm a cute girl and stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. You gotta find a better place to take your hiking trips. You'll get yourself killed out here. He's right. How easy would it be to slip and end up bashing your head on a rock? You tell him you'll think twice about coming back here on your own. Heh, I'm gonna bring a friend next time. You shake your head. You're honestly more of a solo camper. But despite the circumstances, Timber's been good company. You let him know you appreciate his help. Yeah, alright. The cave's just up ahead. Oh my gosh, fuck off. Fuck off, Microsoft OneDrive. It's kinda cozy for a cave, not too wet and drippy, and protected from the freezing wind. Imagine all these endings are canon. Like he pushed a rabbit off a cliff, stole food from a kind witch, all in the same night. That's like 14 minutes in. I'm marking this for my out of county compilation. Once you're inside, Timber slides you backpack off his shoulders and sets it down gently against a large rock. Why am I doing that? This should do for the night. You know the way back to your campsite from here? You nod. You're carrying a map of the area, so you're confident you can figure it out. Glad to hear it. Get home safe tomorrow, alright? What happens if I ask him to stay? Alright, I will save again. Wait, does start erase my progress? Maybe. Can't really think of a good excuse. Beans! It isn't much, but you brought a big ol'... Hold on, let me go back. I want to see his reaction to all the different food. Can of beans. It isn't much, but you brought a big old can of beans to fill you up after a long day of physical extortion. Oh yes, a long day of physical extortion. Oh my gosh. A big old bag of beans. Me and the boys at 3 a.m., or I guess me and the girls at 3 a.m. looking for beans. How many cans you got? How many cans you got in there? Is that why your bag's so dang heavy? He smirks at you. You present him your treasured beans. Insisting a warm meal is just what he needs. That does sound pretty tasty. Alright, you convinced me. Can't turn down free food. You give a celebratory cheer. You're so happy you'll be able to repay his kindness. I'll get a fire going. The cave's atmosphere transformed into something warm and inviting. The campfire's crackling heat eases your soul. Fire makes everything more romantic. You have Timber all yourself tonight. Whoa, whoa! He rubs his hand again and licks his lips. Time to eat. The beans are ready. You serve them up in 2 plastic bowls, one for you and one for Timber. Luckily, you brought exactly 2 spoons. You give your gift. That's the innuendo, I guess. I don't know if that's intentional. You give your guest the more normal-sized one. What's with that? What's with that tiny thing? He laughs, pointing to your neon green dessert spoon. At home, you have a set of them. At home, you have a set of them, and the rest of the colors of the rainbow. Aww. Is Muffin gay? Or I guess maybe bisexual, or who knows? Maybe Muffin's a like femboy, because I wouldn't. I'm a girl, okay? I. You take a bite to show him how perfectly serviceable it is eating a utensil. Eating and as in eating, how perfectly serviceable it is as an eating utensil. I'll say maybe they're also bisexual or something. Trade me. I can't sit here and watch you try to eat with that, or pansexual. You ask him if he's sure about trading spoons. Your germs are all over this one now. Who cares? Give it here. If he insists. This definitely counts as an indirect kiss, though. You try not to think too hard about it. So I keep thinking it'll skip a lot, but no. I'm just trying to get through as much as I can. Once you finish, not that I'm not enjoying this, once you finish eating, you do a little cleaning up before relaxing by the fire. Your sleeping bag is back at the campsite, but luckily, you keep an emergency blanket in your bag. You drape it over your legs. Is that how you're sleeping tonight? Like with everything he says, you feel like he's making fun of you. You ask him if he thinks you'll be warm enough. You've got the fire for warmth. You won't freeze to death, You won't freeze to death, probably. Probably? Okay, now you're starting to worry. What do you do, Muffin? Need someone to keep you warm? The floodgates open, and the lewd thoughts you've been staving off this entire time explode back in front of your mind. You want him to hold you. You want feel his heat on your bare skin. You want to be tangle of limbs under this blanket. You want to be wrapped up in his fluffy coat and drown in his scent. I don't think he smells good. But you can't say any of that. What can you say? I'm saving here to see what happens. Please. With your heart and mind racing, all you can manage is a weak, yes, please. He lies on his side with the flap of his oversized coat laid out for you. It's big enough for 2. It's kind of adorable. Here, make yourself cozy. You snuggle up next to him, a bit embarrassed to have your face so close to his. He invited you to do this, but is it really okay? Tentatively, you wrap an arm around his side. He pulls you in, welcoming the embrace. How's that? Nice and warm, huh? Your face is buried in the crook of his neck, making it a little hard to breathe, but it's not unpleasant at all. In fact, this is just as nice as being by the fire. You're worried you'll fall right to sleep if you don't make your move now. Realizing the opportunity staring you in the face, you decide it's time for a little payback. You boldly lick his neck all the way from his collarbone to his jaw. Wow. His breath hitches, and he seems to freeze in surprise. You probably had the same reaction when he licked your whole face earlier, but instead of laughing or getting mad, he looks genuinely flustered. Hey, that's my weak spot. I think necks are mostly the weak spot of most people. Hey, that's my weak spot. Oh, so he likes this. His tail thumps on the blanket behind you. Encouraged, you move his hair aside and press your lips to his skin to kiss him for real. Hey, I said! He grabs you by the shoulder and forces you back. You're gonna turn me on too much! It's a warning, but you let him know you wouldn't mind the consequences. You want me to be your pet for the night? Fine. He kisses you, a completely normal kiss this time, thankfully. Long as you don't mind fucking in a cave, I'm down for whatever. You flirting has somehow paid off. You'll be your pet? Seriously? You thought you wanted him to dominate you, but maybe it's the other way around. You know his weak spot after all. Your lips connect once more. You bring your hands up to his lips, caressing lightly with your... I can't help but laugh at this. Bring your hands up. I bet this is some people's fantasy. Maybe Nami's fantasy, since they made this for themselves. Bring your hands up to either side of his neck, caressing lightly with your thumb. I was wondering where the timber fucks you part comes in. I shouldn't have said anything. It must feel really good to him because he can't help but smile despite his grumbling. It makes you want to go at him relentlessly. You trail your kisses back down to his neck, his breathing getting more and more uneven as you go. Seriously, Melvin. His tail is going wild. He keeps protesting, but he's letting you do all this. Bundled up in his coat together, you keep kissing him until you feel like you're gonna overheat. Finally, through with being teased so much, Timber guides your hand down his torso to the main event. Okay. You keep it up with that tongue and I'm not gonna last. Rather than fumble with his belt, you rub your hand against him over the top of his pants so you can keep your attention focused on his neck. He realizes he's made it worse for himself. His tail is wagging like crazy. Oh, that's kind of cute. You ask him if you can call him a good boy. Aww. You can call me whatever the hell you want. That's right, because this wolf is your pet for the night. You smile to yourself, absolutely elated. You want to touch him directly, but this tension is really hot. He's holding you tight and you don't want him to let go. You keep at it until Timber moves away from you, his face completely flushed. You made me come in my pants! Darn tootin', you made me come in my pants! You can't help but burst into laughter with how exasperated he sounds. Is that what being someone's dog is like? How humiliating. You want to keep going, but you don't know if he has it in him after that. He rolls over, pulling over his head to hide his embarrassment. If you wanted me to jack you off or something, you're out of luck. I'm going to sleep. You snuggle up to his back. Oh, he has a cute subby side, even though he's not my type. Teasing that it's still his job to keep you warm tonight. Fine, you can stay here. Just keep your hands to yourself. Felt too damn good. Felt too damn good. That sounds better. He mumbles to himself, tail still thumping lightly against the cave floor. Satisfied, you make yourself cozy and close your eyes. This is cute. I feel like you're gonna steal something from me. It doesn't take long at all before you comfortably drift out of consciousness. When you wake up, the sun has already begun to rise. Confused and a little chilly, you take in your surroundings. The fire has nearly gone out. Your backpack has fallen over, fully unzipped. And your companion from the night before is nowhere to be seen. You groggily shuffle over to your backpack, thinking you'll gather your things and head back to your campsite, but your food is missing. Fucking knew it. He stole it, didn't he? That wolf had you completely fooled. The worst part is, if he wanted more of your food, he could have just asked. You already had dinner together. You wallow in feelings of betrayal for a few minutes. After everything worse Worse things could have happened, you suppose. Nothing of value was lost. After everything you did for him, though, memories of last night come flooding back and you feel your face start to get hot. Well, at least you can always look back on that part of this experience fondly. Giving one last look around the cave, you begin your trek back to the campsite to collect the rest of your belongings. It's time to head home. Spent the whole night with Timber, but he still left. Wait, is that the same ending as before? But he to me, that was different. Skipping. Okay. What if I say no? Can't go through with it. This kind of thing is probably better to fantasize about than to act on. Besides, he'd probably only tease you by licking your face again. You must avoid that at all costs. Alright, offer still open if you change your mind. Cozy under emergency blanket, Timber makes himself comfortable on the opposite side of the campfire. Your eyelids are so heavy, you're way more exhausted than you realized. The crackle of the fire lulls you to sleep in a matter of minutes. Is it the same? Yep. One night stand. Let's see what's the reaction to the other stuff. You're so glad you woke up early to make fruit sandwiches before setting off on this trip. Ha, what are those? What are those? A perfect balance of white bread, whipped cream, and fresh fruit, strawberry, orange, and kiwi. You know it isn't exactly you know it isn't exactly a great dinner, but it's one of your favorite foods. You offer one to Timber. You're offering sweets to a wolf? He isn't impressed, but this is the best you have to offer him other than some trail mix and energy bars. You encourage him to try it. Alright, you convinced me. You can't turn down free food. Takes a huge bite of the sandwich. What was all that? Okay. Timber takes a huge bite of the sandwich. Not from the corner, but from the center. The cream bursts out the edges a little, and you can't help but smile watching him. Nom. Yeah, this is way too much sugar. And take a bite of yours, too. Strawberry is especially sweet. You said this is your favorite food? We gotta expand your palate, Muffin. I was gonna say, we gotta expand your palate, girl. Really, you only made them because they're really comforting food to you. These sandwiches were going to be your morale booster for this difficult solo camping trip. You needed them. I get that, but with how much you're exerting yourself, you gotta have protein. He takes another bite, despite his complaints. He must have been hungry. Maybe next time you make something more appropriate for a camping trip. A warmer meal might be nice. It's gonna lead to the same ending. I wanna. Oh, okay. This like has a million saved files. Sure thing. Yeah, it's checked off. It's your favorite low prep simple meal. Tasty cup noodles, chicken flavor. Please don't live off cup noodles. All you need to do, I'm actually gonna make mac and cheese later, like, not cup noodles, but like mac and cheese. All you need to do is boil water, pour, and wait. You'll be eating warm, delicious ramen in no time. That does sound pretty tasty. Noodles are ready. You lift the lid off of yours, and a small puff of steam hits his face. Hits your face, not his face. Puff of steam hits your face. You ask Timber if he's ever used chopsticks. I cook with them sometimes, the metal ones. You stir your noodles a bit, then raise a bite to your lips. Then raise a bite to your lips, blowing gently. Wait, what do you mean raise a bite to your lips? They're versatile, but for eating, I like finger foods best. That sounded weird. You inform him sarcastically that eating cup noodles with his hands would not go well. Yeah, but eating cup noodles with your hands wouldn't go well. Yeah, smartass. He kicks your boot playfully. You snicker while enjoying the rest of your noodles. Once you finish eating, you do a little cleaning up before relaxing by the fire. Yeah, it's gonna be the same. See you around. Waves turning his back to you that exits the cave. That was a joke, right? Well, he's gone now. You better build yourself fire and get comfortable for the night. Sunlight spills into the cave, giving you a gentle awakening. You didn't freeze to death. Thank goodness. You'll be able to make it back to your town alive after all. You chow down on some trail mix for a quick breakfast and toss a bit of snow on your campfire before finally exiting the cave. When you make it back to your campsite, you found a bunch of your supplies missing. But who could have stolen them? There isn't anyone else who knows you're out here except... Must have been some stranger, a bear or something. That's what you choose to believe. You pack up your things and begin the long journey home. You'll choose somewhere else for your next hiking trip. Sayonara, sucker. What? Why are there all this? Floor, okay. Thanks to my patrons. Endings. Human and Witch Route. 18 plus epilogue. There's so much I haven't gotten to yet. There's another Human Witch Route ending I haven't gotten, so let's see. I'll choose to play the witch again. Let's see what happens. I'm a witch. In studying magic, you explain that this environment is uniquely suited to a few rare species of magical flora. You came here for field research. Research, huh? No wonder you look so underprepared. A squishy little academic braving the wilderness all on their own. He teases you with a smile. You'd be offended if you hadn't caught the underlying sentiment of concern. Well, it's dark out. We'd better get you back to your campsite. Blah, blah, blah. You could use a quick break. You wave to him hunched under the weight of your backpack. You don't get much exercise, do you? He's teasing you again. It's not your fault. Witches aren't exactly known for their physical prowess. I mean, that's not really an excuse. You can still work out. Hmm. You know that's a song? It's the Sin Kisk theme from Guilty Gear Strive. It's like, it will work out, work out. And I just imagine, it will work out, work out, work out. And I just imagine Sin working out to that. Just go with what I feel, yeah. La Historia. I love Guilty Gear. The anime fucked me up though. Like, it's literally pissed me off more than any other anime in existence, but you'll know why if you watch it. Timber steps slightly back to where you are. You're surprised at how quiet his movements are. You're curious about what the other wolves in the mountain. He dodged the question last time, but now you're prepared to phrase it better. My home's called Glaze. That's all I'll say about it. You press him. What's there to be so evasive about? He folds his arms and tilts his head to the side, thinking. It's better if less people know where to find us. Safer that way. Safer for the wolves? For the wolves? Yeah, because the rabbits. Um, spoilers if you haven't played, what's it called? The, the Lonely Wolf Treat Bad endings. You can skip 20 seconds. They freaking skin the wolves and, like, taxidermy them, so, and including Timber's father, so that's fucked up. I wonder if he ever opens up about that. They used to kill us, you know? The mood shifts. They did more than kill you. There's a weight to his... I don't even know if he knows about that. There's a weight to his words that makes you afraid to press any further. But now we get by on our own. It's peaceful so long as no one shows up to disturb us, even though I push rabbits off the cliff so we can scavenge them. I think it's as a form of revenge, because, like, that rabbit from last time wasn't even in his way, and, like, the rabbit in the first arc wasn't even in his way. You realize you must have been intruding on his pack's territory. You apologize for that. Nah, you're just passing through. Nothing to apologize for. Timber leans forward to get on his feet. Ah, there's no new endings. This is just... Once you finish eating, you do a little cleaning up before relaxing by the fire. You've kept Timber out pretty late by now. You start to wonder if you're causing trouble for his pack. When you express your concern, he smiles wryly. Wryly, like with rye. I don't... that seems like uncertainty or nervousness. In a way that expresses dry, especially mocking humor. Thank you for teaching me so many new words. Um... Thank you for teaching me so many new words, nom nom nommy. When you express your concern, he smiles wryly. You hinting that I should get out of here? That's not it at all. You're the one who asked me to stick around. Change your mind already? He's sprawled out comfortably by the fire. It doesn't look like he has any intention of leaving, whether you told him to or not. You insist that you weren't trying to say he's overstayed his welcome, though. In fact, you'd like to learn a little more about wolves. He's not what you expected at all. Yeah, what do you expect? Someone more. Ferocious, bloodthirsty. You wouldn't say bloodthirsty. Why not? It's what they said about my dad. You asked what his dad looks like. Like me, but taller. In that case, it isn't too surprising that someone would be afraid of him. You were intimidated by Timber at first, too. You're sure you wouldn't think that if you met his dad... You're sure you wouldn't think that if you met his dad, though. You asked him if there's any chance you could see him and find out. No! No can do. Why not? Because it'd be dangerous to bring in an outsider? Remember I told you they used to kill us? That's what happened. The crackle of the campfire seems to get louder, and the longer his words hang in the air. You aren't sure how to respond. Should you offer condolences? What use are condolences from a stranger, from someone who mistook this wolf for a violent predator at first sight? I feel like even from a stranger, condolences are good. But maybe not for some people. You apologize for running from him at least. You apologize for running from him at least. Well, you never know. I might have eaten you if I... Well, you never know. I might have eaten you if I thought you'd make a good meal. You laughed, saying there's no way you would have tasted any better than the dinner you shared tonight. Yeah. Timber sits up, then adjusts his coat before getting to his feet. Thanks for the food. He turns to leave. But wait, why? You asked where he's going. You got me in a good mood, and now I'm saying too much. I'd better get home. Home? To Glaze? Yeah, my pack's waiting for me. Timber sighs, a bit overdramatic compared to his serious tone from a moment before. I was supposed to be out looking for food. Instead, I'm gonna be the only one who's got to eat tonight. You're starting to feel the weight of how difficult it really is to survive out here. You came here for your studies, but compared to Timber, you're just playing around. You still have plenty of marshmallows left in your bag. It isn't much, but you offer your extra food to Timber as a parting gift. Sure, I was thinking of stealing it anyway. Wow. He was? I'm kidding. You're not kidding. You should see the look on your face. This doesn't solve the problem, but it helps, so thanks. Timber pockets your meager offering and turns to leave again, his tail swaying to and fro behind him. But after a few steps he pauses. Oh yeah. This was your first time out here, wasn't it, Muffin? How'd you like it? Despite the harsh weather, the scenery is rather wonderful. You love it here. Glad to hear that. It's my home, so it's nice when others see how great it is, too. See you around. He waves you off, and disappears into the night. Looks like this is the second ending of the witch-human route. When you wake up next morning, there isn't another soul in sight. The light of dawn spills over the horizon and reflects brightly against the glistening hills around you. It really is beautiful out here. You can see why Timber's pack would stay despite it being difficult to survive in this environment. You gather your things and prepare for the long journey home. Maybe you'll visit again during a warmer season. New light. You learned more about wolves and gained a deeper appreciation for other ways of life. The wolf key. Yay! Epilogue. Plum. Who is Plum? I recognize him. Or them. I don't know their gender. I shouldn't assume. You've been waiting on this hill for a while now. Without your warming charm, you'd be shivering out here in the snow. It's lonely, but it'll be worth it assuming you're in the right place. The wolves of Mountsor Bay are pretty elusive. When you ask the other traders at the guild, only a few of them had any useful information. This sounds more like a prologue to me. During the winter months, this is the spot. If you wait here, someone will show. Wolves are an underserved population. People tend to be afraid of them, so they live in remote areas where it's more difficult to trade. You thought, as someone who's learned not to fear wolves, you ought to become one of the few merchants that bothers to come all the way out here. So here you are, with a bag full of goods and hope in your heart. A hope that maybe you can find the guy who changed the course of your life, and thank him for it. Finally, you hear someone approach. You look up to see... Bark! A wolf really showed up! Hi! I came to trade with you, if that's okay. Sorry if this voice is stupid. I didn't expect him to be around for so long. I've come to trade with you, if that's okay. You'll hold up your bag with a friendly smile. The wolf studies you a moment, before turning tail and running off in the direction it came. Did you say something wrong, or are you supposed to follow after them? When the wolf looks back over their shoulder, it becomes clear to you they're gonna lead you to their pack. You clumsily tromp through the snow after them. They take you somewhere even higher up the mountain, to an open area tucked between the cliffs and trees. Small houses built from ice and snow are scattered around the area. You can see about 8 of them from where you're standing. So this is how the wolves live. It's a cute little village. Hey, heard you came to trade with us. A familiar face suddenly appears. Yes, Timber. Do you remember me? Should I? Don't recognize you. Your meeting that night felt so impactful, but of course, to him, you were just some random witch. Completely embarrassed, you try to change the subject immediately. No, that's okay. Let's just get down to business. I bought a wide variety of foodstuff. Fresh vegetables, meat. Nah, you knew my name. This is gonna bother me. Where'd we meet? Nah, you knew my name. Nah, you knew my... Whoa. Nah, you knew my name. This is gonna bother me. When'd we meet? About a year ago, but really, it's okay. I should have expected you to remember my... I shouldn't have expected you to remember my face. It was dark and all. He isn't about to let it go, though. Are you the guy who let me use his Are you the guy who let me use his shower? No, we ate s'mores together. Wait, so does that mean all the endings are canon? How do you get with so many people in the same night? No, I doubt it. Because there was someone who let me use the shower. He thinks hard for a moment, then snaps his fingers. Marshmallow guy! My name is Plum. Yeah, Plum, that was it. It's almost more embarrassing that your conversation became so drawn out because of this. You regret bringing it up at all. So you're a traitor now? Don't remember you mentioned anything about when we first met. You're still not convinced he remembers anything about you at all, other than the marshmallows. I wanted to do more traveling, so I thought this would be a good way to get out into the world. A few wolves run by, barking in unison. Hey, we're conducting business over here. Heckle me about it later, why don't you? One of the wolves stops to growl at Timber. I don't know, Crystal. Does it really matter right now? Wolf named Crystal runs off after snapping at him. Sorry about that. So you said you brought meat and stuff? Yeah, sorry. I can't help but ask. What were they saying? Don't worry about it. They're just jealous you're getting all my attention. You laugh awkwardly. Maybe you should bring a translation charm next time. Oh, that's a thing. That's pretty cool. Timber motions for you to follow him into one of the houses. Let the first of your many dealings with wolves begin. Yippee. The 18 plus epilogue with the wolf. Oh my. I guess that's the optional content. I'm not sure if I'll be able to film that. I'll play it though. Character mapping. Wolfie. But I kind of want to name it something else if it's a wolf. Mm. What's a cute wolf name? Ironically enough, Mochi is the name of a of Wolfie Chew's dog, which is a cute name for a dog, even though it's the main rabbit character of this game. I guess I'll keep Muffin. It's a really cute name. Name is Muffin. The tremble in your voice, you tell him you're a wolf, same as him. I'll assume they're a girl because I want to be a girl and I'm supposed to, the game kind of is wanting me to put myself in their shoes anyway. Same as me? That's a stretch. Tail between your legs like that. Tail between your legs like that? You look more like some kind of domesticated dog. Truth be told, you're a husky. There's certainly a difference. But the people around you have never cared about that distinction, why should you? As you sit up, he backs off. His hood falls down behind you, revealing two big, fluffy dog ears. Well, your ears look like mine anyway. Where are you from? Not around here, you answer vaguely. The wolf man huffs, then holds his hand out to you. The name's Timber. And you are? You're surprised he's suddenly introducing himself. Wasn't he just chasing you a minute ago? He catches your confusion and flashes you a big sharp-toothed grin. Why do you have that around your neck? Did you have that around your neck in previous ones? Or did I just never notice? He didn't! What the frick happened, man? You good? Someone choke you? Someone scratch your neck? Wolves oughta stick together. Let's be friends. Hesitating for a moment, you take his hands. Take his hand. You give him your name too. Muffin. Nice to meet you. Timber helps you off the ground, and you lean over to the dust to snow off your and you lean over to dust the snow off your knees. Oh, that's right. You dropped this. He presents you a folded pocket knife. The piercing blue casing tells you it's yours. But how does he know that? It's what you initially went looking for before you noticed him tailing you. A pocket knife? Why would I have that? For self-defense? What is that gonna do against a bear? Like, what are you, like an Assassin's Creed character just gonna sneak up and whoosh? Like, what the frick are you gonna do with that? You gonna shank someone out in the woods? Like, why do you have that? Wouldn't you have, like, a rifle or something? Like a shotgun? For self-defense? Personally, I don't really support hunting unless it's for population control. Like, if there's overpopulation or, like, invasive species. But, like, still, and I guess in self-defense as well. Can't ask me how he knew it belonged to you. See anyone else around? You glance around the quiet dark woods. You don't doubt that it is really just the two of you out here. Man, yeah, my hands are so cold. Timber tilts his head a little, studying your face. Now that I see you up close, this game is turning out to be really good. Now that I see you up close, that thing matches your eyes too. What, my pocket knife? You asked if you ask if that's supposed to be a compliment. He laughs. Could be. You slip the knife into your pocket where it belongs, and pick your backpack up off the ground. It looks like someone scratched his neck or something. Like, I hope we get to know why, because that seems like a big, thing we're supposed to pay attention to. You got a place to shelter? I don't know why I thought he said madame. It's definitely not that polite at all. You got a place to take shelter for the night, Muffin? You you got a place to take shelter for the night, Muffin? I imagine he's much more like soft-spoken with like other wolves, so that's why I'm making him sound more a bit less raspy, and a bit more higher pitched. Because he's pretty friendly around other wolves for the most part. You'd already set up camp by the time you realized. I mean, I guess he was friendly around the human and the witch too, but I feel like he's especially friendly around wolves, other wolves. You'd already set up camp by the time you realized your pocket knife was missing. So yes, you have a place to stay. The campsite is a little far, though. You're worried about walking all the way back there in the dark. In that case, why don't you come with me to Glaze? My pack will take care of you. His pack, his pack, his pack. There are more wolves out there? There's more wolves out there? You're surprised by the invitation, but you guess you shouldn't be. You're a wolf too, so it's not like you have to worry about getting eaten. I heard he's a cannibal, though. You're starting to feel silly for running for your life earlier. You seriously thought Timber was a bear. He burst into laughter at that. I've never run into bears out here. A snow leopard, maybe. You see, Russian bear. I don't know why I immediately thought of that. You laugh with him. Feels like you've made a friend. Ha 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 ha. Timber turns on his heel and motions for you to follow. You headed to Glaze. I really love voice acting, dang. That was my whole reason I wanted to play these games with Timber in it, because I like voicing him. You adjust the scarf around your neck as you trudge through the snow. It's gotten a lot colder since the sun went down. You ask Timber how he can stand to walk around with his coat unzipped like that. What, in this? It's practically spring already. What, in this? It's practically spring already. There's an awful lot of snow There's an awful lot of snow to call this springtime. You're not used to temperature like this at all, despite how you look. It is wintertime out right now, and it's cold as frick in real life. I wish there was snow, though. That would make it a lot more fun. Had to have grown up in it. Had to have grown up in it, I guess. You don't like the snow? Winter is actually your favorite season. Yeah. Aesthetically, at least. You don't love being so cold that you're shivering. I mean, no, but it's better than being so hot and nothing you can do about it. What brings you out here anyway, Muffin? Just the aesthetic? Escapism. Oh, okay. Looking for love. Between wolves. I want to see what happens. You tell him, jokingly, that you came here looking for love. Not a lot of hot singles in the area. What, is your dating pool back home even worse? You're asking if he's a hot single. I would have, like, screenshot that. That's hilarious. Guess that'd depend on whether you think I'm hot. You stutter something about everyone being You stutter something about everyone being comparatively hot when the weather is this cold. You hope he doesn't notice your cheeks have gotten flushed. He snickers, then thankfully changes the subject. Winters Winters used to be colder here, or at least it felt like it. Maybe it's just that I haven't been out at night in a while. Temperature always plummets after sundown. If you'd known it'd be this freezing, you probably would have stayed home. Heh, don't worry. Me and the other wolves will warm you up. Hold on a sec. Ah. Just got an idea for a book, that's why I had to pause. If you known it had been this freezing, you probably would have stayed home. This game is turning out to be surprisingly wholesome, as I've been told. Heh, don't worry. Me and the other wolves will warm you up. More wolves to flirt with. You're too shy to say it, but you feel pretty excited to meet them. The two of you continue walking for some time. Just when you're about to ask how much farther it is, Timber points to a small path up ahead. Through here, then just up the hill. Through there, then just up the hill. There's so many more endings. I'm guessing this game is a lot longer than I thought it is. Because, like, there was, like, it looked like there were 6 different routes. And this is the 3rd, so... And I heard the second half of the game is a lot darker. So maybe that's what Nami meant. And I'm about to get to the second path. Through here, then just up the hill. Frick off, Nintendo of America, I'm busy. You walk for some time. Just when you're about to ask how much farther it is, Timber points to a small path up ahead. Through there, then just up the hill. Now that you're almost there, your nerves are setting in a little. Is it really okay to trust Timber and his pack just because they're wolves like you? What if they're like bad wolves that hunt people? How can anyone even live in an extreme environment like this? What if How can anyone even live in an extreme environment like this? What if everybody other than Timber is all tough and mean? I think it's the opposite. I mean, I don't think Timber's all tough and mean, but he still does commit murder quite a bit. It's too late to turn back now, though. You try to hush your anxieties. It's rude to make assumptions, after all. A wolf with long white hair stands patiently in the snow with folded arms. Timber waves to her. That's my mom. Guess she's on watch tonight. Timber's mom. You stiffen up a little. Will you be able to make a good impression? She's facing toward the two of you, but she doesn't move from her spot. You aren't being ignored, are you? You wonder if something's wrong, but then you realize she might have just been staring you down to intimidate you. Once you get closer, you notice that one eye hidden beneath her bangs is scarred badly. This is exactly the kind of hardened mountain wolf you're afraid of. Who's this? Her voice is surprisingly smooth and gentle. You start to introduce yourself, but Timber suddenly puts a hand on your head. He ruffles your hair right between the ears. Aw. Their name's Muffin. Thank you for not misgendering me. I thought they were gonna like say his name's Muffin because the last one was a boy, but I'm happy they didn't. So thank you for saying that. I mean, my pronouns aren't they them, but I don't mind being called a they if you don't know my gender, you know? Found him running around the woods in the dark. And whose fault is that? You squint at him but don't say anything. You shouldn't be traveling through the mountains at night. You could get hurt. Okay, now this isn't fair. You already set up camp when... Wait, why isn't Timber the one getting in trouble here? He was running around in the dark too. It's different for me. Unlike you, I know where I'm going. Timber shoves both hands in his pockets and looks away. He's like Sans. It's a fair point, but... Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tundra, the eldest member of Glaze. I like her. Why don't you stay the night, Muffin? We can't offer much, but our arms are always open to fellow wolves. Tundra's smile is warm. You nod to her shyly. A fellow wolf, you're happy to hear those words. Whether or not you can trust these wolves, staying for one night certainly can't hurt. Timber gave back your pocket knife, after all. You'll be able to defend yourself if it comes down to that. I feel like you should have something more than a pocket knife. The 3 of you start up the path to enter further into Glaze. The snow is beaten down here, making it much easier to walk. Rather than the boot prints you expect, there are instead the distinct impression of large paws. Timber's back! Timber! A pair of wolves come barreling toward you, each with their tongue hanging out the side of their mouth. Notably, they're in their animal form. This explains the paw prints, you think. We've got a guest! Everyone be on your best behavior for Muffin. The wolves take turns jumping on Timber, and getting scritched behind the ears. I love puppies. You don't think they're listening to him. Miss Muffin, how long are you staying? Their voices come out as barks and whines, but you can understand them perfectly. Timber looks at you, nodding to introduce yourself. You tell them that you're on a camping trip and that you'll be heading off once the sun's back up and it's safe to travel again. That's so short. You won't have time to meet everyone. Ruby, Ruby? I don't know why I gave them this voice. I don't know. That's just what I did. These wolves are so excitable. You wonder how old they are. Judging by their size, maybe teenagers? Now, Ember, could you go and let everyone know Muffin is here? Okay. The wolf called Ember suddenly bolts off, flinging bits of snow behind them as they go. Aw, who's hungry? I'll cook us up a snack. I want to eat chicken! You already had your dinner. We need to pace ourselves for the next few months. How come, like, Treat was perfectly fine with eating chicken, but not a rabbit? Like, has she never seen a human-like chicken before? Or are chickens just never normally human-like? I mean, that makes me question things because of A Lonely Wolf Treat Chapter 8. If you see that. Now feels like a good time to mention the fact that you're carrying a decent amount of food in your backpack. You'd be happy to share some with them, especially considering they're giving you shelter for the night. See, there's enough to go around. We can treat ourselves for a night. Timber pats your back, signaling for you to follow him, but Tundra moves to block his path. Before that, a quick word. Huh? Sure, Mom. Timber steps away from you, shoving his hands back in his pockets. Listen, you make yourself at home, Muffin. I'll catch up in a bit. You watch as he goes, a little worried about suddenly being left alone. The one remaining wolf smiles up at you. The best a wolf can smile anyway. Aw. Wanna meet everyone, Muffin? You appreciate the hospitality. You ask their name. Juniper. Over there is Charcoal and Crystal and Pine and... Slow down. You can't figure out who Juniper is even pointing to. On top of that, Timber and Tundra seem to be the only wolves in human form. You wonder if everyone is more comfortable that way. Juniper huffs in an exaggerated show of frustration, then walks in a quick little circle before plopping down in front of you. Who do you want to meet first, Muffin? Pink one. Can't help but notice one of those wolves is inexplicably pink. You have to find out what's going on here. It can't be their natural fur color, can it? Pink wolf. Pine, this is Muffin. Muffin, Pine. Juniper proudly handles the introductions. You raise a hand, waving shyly. Yeah, Ember told me already. Welcome to Glazed, Muffin. You wonder how to bring it up, his pink coat. Would it be rude to ask, or is it more rude to stare? Oh, no, you're totally staring. Oh, no, you're totally staring. Pine got turned pink by a witch. To your massive relief, Juniper has smartly intuited that the exact thing you were dying to ask. Thanks, Juniper. Huh, you'd think it'd wear off by now. It's been over a year. Why would a witch do something like that, though? Seems a little like an odd prank to pull. I was trying to chase him out of our territory. She meant to do some other spell, I think. Can't believe she had the nerve to keep coming back after that. Her and that green-haired alchemist. Oh, it was not Beatrice. Butterscotch. Yeah, that's butterscotch and syrup. You ask if the witch turned the alchemist's hair that color too. Could be. Lasts longer than hair dye would, anyway. I wish my fur was green. I'd stand out so much. Juniper already stands out quite a bit, you think. Where you from, Muffin? You got a bit of magic smell to you. This is the second time you've been asked that question tonight. You were doing your best not to think about home while you were out here. Aw, what happened? You tell him it's a town with a lot of witches, but don't elaborate further. If you can get jerky there, that sounds like a paradise. It isn't, but she's right that it has good food. Now you wish you'd brought more. The gray one, I guess? I don't really care. Charcoal! Charcoal! Meet Muffin! The gray wolf glances at you. They look very like the same color, or maybe this one's slightly lighter. Where'd they come from? Where'd they come from? Timber brought 'em! And where's Timber? Juniper hops back and forth. Juniper hop back and forth. I keep saying it like that because the wolf voice. Juniper hops back and forth, wagging her tail like crazy. He's cooking chicken for the outsider. For the outsider. Charcoal's ears fold back, and you found yourself suddenly being glared at, starting to feel like a bit of a burden. If their food is so limited, Timber shouldn't have offered it to you. Come to think of it, where do they get their food? Packaged meat isn't something you can forage, obviously. We trade with witches. Everyone works hard to collect things the witches will give us meat for. But they only come a few times a year. When we run out of food, we're forced to scavenge. Now you definitely feel like a burden. Maybe you should pass on that fried chicken. Juniper cuts in, rolling over in the snow and looking up at you sweetly. Charcoal's a good scavenger. Timber always picks him for scavenging duty. That's because I'm strong. I can carry anything home. You thought they were talking about foraging, but now you're a little confused. What would be so heavy? Wait, that's right. You should offer them some of your food. You take your backpack off and set it on the ground and start digging through. Oh, what are you looking for, Muffin? It's like the made the freaking dog noises. What are you looking for, Muffin? You brought your favorite, beef jerky. Wow, jerky! It smells so good! You let the two wolves know you'd be happy to share it with them in exchange for Timber's cooking, so they don't seem to mind eating livestock. Not a very fair trade. Timber's a great chef, you know. Charcoal turns his nose up at your offering, but Juniper continues sniffing it energetically. Can I have Charcoal's share? Hey, I didn't say I wouldn't eat it. You open the package and hold it out to them. The jerky is devoured within seconds. Oh my gosh. That's accurate for dogs. That's not bad. Alright, Muffin, you're okay in my book. You won Charcoal's approval. Apparently these wolves can be easily bought. Point a wolf with lighter fur than the others. Juniper happily leads you over to them. Crystal! Timber brought a friend! You can tell the creator of this game just went into, like, I don't know, some sort of paint and just changed the color, but I don't really care that much. I'm not making fun, I'm just saying that's what I noticed. They're all making the same exact expression. And in the exact same pose. Pretty sure. Crystal! Timber brought a friend! This is Muffin! Friend, don't be so naive. Crystal thumps her tail on the ground. It reminds you of an annoyed cat. He's never mentioned you before. Can you really call yourself a friend? It was Timber who said he wanted to be friends in the first place. You don't get why this wolf is being so prickly about it. Juniper whispers to you loudly. Crystal doesn't like when other wolves get close to Timber. Don't say it like that! I'm telling this to Muffin for their own good. Yeah, it's hard to describe in books when someone's whispering loudly like that. I'm like, sometimes I should say shouting a whisper, and I'm like, how do you shout a whisper? Yeah, like, oh, wait, I don't think it can pick up my whisper voice very well. It says shout whispering. It's kind of hard to do, but like, it's hard to describe that. Anyway, done with my tangent now. I need to eat food soon. Crystal snaps at Juniper, who bounds away playfully. This is starting to read as jealousy to you, but you try to keep an open mind. It's probably best to make your intentions known. You tell her you're interested in Timber, that he's the one you chased after you from the start. You expect her to snap at you next, but she doesn't. Instead, she turns her head, pouting. Just don't go expecting anything long-term to come of it. Timber doesn't believe in pair bonding. Okay, this definitely sounds like jealousy. The appeal of flirting with strangers is that it almost certainly won't lead to anything long-term, but you hold your tongue this time. She's already angry. Don't get too close to him. He'll break your heart, Muffin. Don't get too close to him, he'll break your heart, Muffin. Sounds like something a grandma would, or a mother or grandma would say to their daughter or something. You thank her for the advice. You're still not sure where this night will lead, but heartbreak is nothing new to you anyway. You might just risk it. Not counting on Timber being a reliable partner. Crystal walks off, tail swaying lightly side to side. Juniper returns to your side shortly after. I like Juniper. You get head pats. And he's like, oh, thanks for the head pat. Oh, it's a she. Oh, thanks for the head patch. She prods at your hand with her snout. What did Crystal say? You sure that it was nothing? I'm sure there was nothing. By this time, Timber seems to have finished his conversation with Tundra and has gotten started on cooking. I'm so cold. Flirting with the other wolves would have been too awkward after all. You guess you'll stick to Timber despite Crystal's warning. You let Juniper know you're going to head back over to him and see what you can do to help out. Okay, I guess you don't need me anymore, huh? You thank Juniper for being so welcoming to you. She gladly accepts a pat on the head. Yeah! She runs off happily. So much energy for this time of night. Cooking equipment is set up in the center of the village. You take off your backpack and place it nearby. The heat from fire from heat. I just have to do that. The heat from the fire is a welcome comfort. You warm yourself a little until Timber comes back around. Already finished meeting everyone? You work fast, Muffin. You admit that you don't quite have the energy to go around introducing yourself to every wolf in Glaze tonight, but you at least met a few. Not a problem. Figured you might need something to eat first. That's right, Tundra mentioned something that Juniper had already eaten. What about everyone else? Was Timber cooking just for you? And what was it that Timber pulled him away to talk about earlier? You're curious, but you aren't sure if this is the best time to ask. Timber is occupied with cooking. Help him cook, that'll make him happy. Offer to help him out. You can't let him do all this work alone. Here, chop this into thin strips. Why am I thinking of the witch in Smiling Friends who chops the things really quickly? If you know what I'm talking about. He hands you a cabbage and gestures to the cutting board. You ask what kind of dish he's making. I want to save earlier because I want to know what all these lead to. I'm gonna say overwrite all of them. He asks what kind of dish he's making. Carriage. He says it with a smirk, but you have no idea what that is. You'll see, the meat's already marinated. You remove your gloves and start chopping the cabbage as instructed. That's gonna be cold for your hands. I would know, I have cold hands right now. Keeping the sizes even turns out to be a struggle. Your fingers trembling from the cold. Yep, I knew it. You move slowly, careful not to accidentally cut yourself. You hope Timber won't mind you're not doing a great job at this. I would know, because I feel like I have to take off my glove to, use the phone outside, and it's so cold lately, gosh. I mean, I'm not super north in America, as you know, but, it's still freaking cold. Hope Timber won't mind you're not doing a great job at this. When you look back over to him, he's got a pan full of oil sitting on the cooktop, and he's holding a bag full of marinated chicken. He drops the pieces of meat into what you assume is flour, flipping them with a pair of metal chopsticks. Once coated, he sets them in the oil one at a time. As they sizzle, you realize, is he making karaage? What? No, it's carriage. Is that like a mispronunciation? A little doubtful, you ask him where he got the recipe. Cookbook? Here, I'll show you. Here, I'll show you. Take over, alright? He shoves the chopsticks into your hand and dashes off towards one of the ice houses. You're not sure you'll even need to do anything. The meat is still cooking. Timber returns, that's Timble. Timber returns, thumbing through the pages of a mildly tattered book. See, here it is. Only thing that sucks is we don't have any mayo. In full confidence, he holds up the page of that book that clearly says Karaage. He looks so cute in this picture. I mean, kinda cute. He let him know that it's pronounced Karaage, not carriage. What? He flips the book back over, holding it close to his face in the low light. That's how you say it? I've been calling it carriage this whole time. You hand the chopsticks back to him, snickering a little. Damn, that's embarrassing. How do you know about this? It's not something you eat often, but in some places it's served even in convenience stores. Timber runs a hand through his hair in absolute despair. Thanks, not thanks. Now I feel like an idiot. Thanks, now I feel like an idiot. He says that, but he's laughing along with you. The food smells really good. You joke that he can still call it carriage if he wants. Maybe he put a unique spin on it. Karaage, karaage, karaage. Karaage, 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 karaage. That's more like muttering. He's muttering to himself now, making sure he remembers the pronunciation right. Is that how you spell that? Whatever, I'm not gonna throw a fit over a single typo. Not like I'm above that. Hearing him do this makes you laugh even more at the absurdity of the situation. Stop! Do you want me to feed you or not? Stop! Do you want me to feed you or not? He's pointing the chopstick at you, but he can't stop laughing. Soon enough, the food is ready. Timber serves you up a plate, offering a fresh pair of chopsticks. You take a bite of the chicken as soon as it's cool enough to eat. It's so tender and delicious. It's better than anything you've had from a restaurant. Well, not that you can afford anything other than fast food, but saying his cooking's better than that feels like a low bar. Chicken! Juniper and Ember come barreling over. Wait, was that too loud? Wait, no, it's not, because it peaks and it doesn't pick up my voice, I think. Doesn't actually peak. Juniper and Ember come barreling back over once they realize the food is ready. Hey, you each get one piece. Let Muffin eat their fill, alright? Okay. There's really nothing better than eating delicious fried chicken in the crisp night air. I'd rather eat it inside when don't have to worry about my hands being freezing cold. Even the other wolves chow down. Timber encourages Juniper and Ember to eat their greens too. Hey, Muffin, I know we didn't get a chance to talk, but I'm happy another wolf came to visit. We never get to see other wolves, so I thought it was cool. Hearing him call you a wolf makes your heart swell. You offer him some of your cabbage. Not carriage. Yuck! I don't want to eat more of that stuff than I have to. Timber shoots him a look and Ember goes off running. That guy never eats his damn vegetables, no matter what I tell him. You let Timber know he sounds like a parent right now. Nah, I'm not cut out for that. I'm more like an older brother. Seriously, I go through all the trouble of making these balanced meals just for them to snub the veggies. Why even bother? I think I'm doing a good job voicing Timber. Timber continues muttering complaints as he gathers up everyone's empty plates. The wolves here really do feel like a family. It's so nice that they let you join them for the night. Now that the fire's out, though, the temperature feels like it's dropped considerably. You rub your hands together and breathe into them for warmth. I should be doing that. It's cold in this house. This catches Timber's attention, and he stops as he walks by, nudging your shoulder. You can sleep at my place, Muffin. That alright with you? You nod, unsure of what other accommodations these wolves could possibly offer you. He's already been so kind. Head inside if you want. I'll just be a sec. Timber gestures you into the ice house behind you, the same one you saw him run in and out of earlier. Okay, I should also save here. You know what? I'm gonna leave off here. I'm gonna leave off here. I need to eat I need to cook dinner. I'm making fucking mac and cheese, and nobody can stop me!